A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. As usual, let us start with the first snippet. Temporary truce. Farmers put today's Delhi march on hold. There are two words you have to focus on. One, truce, and the other one, put on hold. Truce we have got many a time. It goes with war. At the time of war, imagine they decide to stop war for a short period. Then we use words like ceasefire, armistice, truce, all these words. Even here, you have to think of not exactly war point of view, but truce means some sort of peace they wanted. Farmers put today's daily march on hold. Put something on hold means not to continue, not to move ahead, hold it for some time. Wait for the right time. Exactly. The next, otherwise, there's nothing to learn. This has been going on for quite some time. Farmers have been on strike for some time and have been trying to reach the capital city, but many a time they have been stopped. Based on that, they wanted to put on hold the march they thought of. In a way, it is nothing but truce. Coming to the second snippet, here we have domino effect. The moment you see the word effect, I know many of you know you have to recollect affect and effect. What is the difference? AFFECT, affect is a verb. AFFECT, it can be a noun, it can be a verb. But generally it is used as a noun, but sometimes it is used as a verb in a formal situation and written English. Benchmark indices fall to 8-month low. Two important words are here. One is benchmark. Benchmark means standard. You set a standard that is known as benchmark, an important word. And the other one, indices. Very important. As a smart learner, see what happens here. A casual learner may look at the word indices and move on. He or she knows it's a noun in the plural form. But a smart learner immediately becomes alert and tries to recollect nouns of Latin and Greek origin. Nouns of Latin and Greek origin do not take S or ES. And important examples, criterion, criteria, phenomenon, phenomena, memorandum, memoranda, alumnus, alumni or alumni. And here index, indices, we can also say indexes, but indices, plural of index. Like that, matrix, matrices. Syllabus, syllabi, stratum, strata. All these, if you recollect, in a way, you are a smart learner. The next snippet, here we see top priority. India, UK relaunch trade negotiations. It is about the trade negotiations between India and the UK and relaunch based on that, and they consider this top priority. Data point, yesterday also we got the word data, datum, data, I told you guys. BSNL's profits have not made it profitable. Look at the wording. BSNL profits have not made it profitable. Means what? The company has got profit, but not substantially, perhaps a meager. Based on that, the company hasn't become, the activities haven't become profitable. To substantiate that, trouble on the income front persists. There's an important word here. Persist. Persist means what? Exist for a long time. Something persists means exists for a long time. Last for a long time. Continue also you can say. Continue for a long time. Here we have a pick that goes with cricket. I'm sure all of you know what exactly happened yesterday. I think they played yesterday, am I right? New Zealand and Bangladesh. New Zealand won the match. Because of that, one victory, two knockouts. What does it mean? New Zealand won the match, and because of that, two teams they had to leave the tournament. Two knockouts. New Zealand's win eliminates. What are the two countries? Bangladesh and Pakistan. They're out of tournament because New Zealand won yesterday. One victory, two knockouts. This also wording, excellent wording. That's all. I think that is the last snippet. Now let us go to the main headline. What is today's headline? What does it say? Yesterday also I read out one news item from the front page. It is related to rescue operation. Continuation of the same thing. New hurdles delay Telangana tunnel rescue efforts. And our students know, those who have been attending, also offline students, they know this word. They know what they should think of the moment they see the word hurdles. Hurdles, bottlenecks, impediments, hindrances, all these you should recollect. Yes, very good. Likita and Nagajyoti, Maleshwari. Hindrances, impediments, hurdles, bottlenecks, all these very important words. New hurdles delay Telangana tunnel rescue efforts. They have been working on war footing. What is the meaning of the expression war footing? To do something in urgency. Imagine there's a war. We can't afford to relax. We'll be on our toes. Then war footing. Do something on war footing means give utmost importance and do something immediately. They have been doing it, but unfortunately, no positive results. Rescue efforts, new hurdles delay Telangana tunnel rescue efforts. Debris, water seepage, stop rescue teams 150 meters away from the 8 trapped workers. Now, what exactly the reason? Why is it getting delayed? What are the reasons behind, or what is the reason behind? Two reasons. One, debris. S is silent. We have got this word many a time. Whenever there's a plane crash, whenever there's a ship wreckage, you see small parts scattered all over. For those small parts scattered all over, we use the word debris. And water seepage. Water moves from one layer to another layer slowly. Then we use seepage problem. These two factors stop rescue teams 150 meters away from the 8 trapped workers. Agencies explore possibility of removing debris around the damaged tunnel boring machine. Some agencies are trying to remove that debris from there so that they get access to reach those 8 people who got trapped in the tunnel. Workers' condition remains unknown more than 60 hours after a portion of the tunnel caved in. Cave in, an important expression. Does it sound familiar? Cave in. Sometimes what happens in a city, especially if you go to a city, rarely once in a blue moon, the road suddenly it goes inside. Then we have to use the expression cave in. The road caved in, an important expression. Workers' condition remains unknown more than 60 hours. How many hours are over? 60 hours, more than 60 hours, after a portion of the tunnel caved in. That is the reason for this disaster. We have another snippet. In touch with 32 APP MLAs, says Punjab Congress. Punjab Congress has its own ambitions or goals. Perhaps they are trying to topple the government led by incumbent government belongs to Aam Aadmi Party. Based on that, 32 MLAs are in touch. When you see the word MLA, obviously you should recollect the rule. What is the rule? Though it begins with a consonantal letter, it has a vowel sound. Then we should say an MLA, an MP, an SP, an FIR, an X-ray. These are important examples, should recollect. We have a pic over here, beautiful pic. Yesterday also we got a pic, and these pics are quite appealing, front page. And also there's something to learn. What does it say? Making the most of snow. Usually we use, this is an important expression. Usually we use this, making the most of the time available. Here, to take advantage of something. Making the most of snow. So you see snow all over. Obviously, when you see snow all over, you feel very happy, you feel like enjoying. Based on that, fun peaks. You try to enjoy fun peaks. Perhaps they wanted to coincide that wording with snow peaks, fun peaks. Holidays, frolic. Frolic means enjoy. On snowmobiles on the slopes of Sonamarg, as tourists take advantage of the snow-covered mountains, some 80 kilometers from Srinagar on Monday. We got this yesterday also, snow-covered, but I said better expression, snow-capped mountains. If you take the mountain ranges, three important ranges are there: the Himalayas, the Andes, the Alps. The Himalayas, you all know, part of India, and the Andes, South America, the Alps, Europe, Switzerland. The Alps, we also say snow capped mountains. Here we have Merz seeks to form a government in Germany with the center left. About Germany political news. In poll-bound Bihar, Modi initiates fund transfer for farmers. The Prime Minister initiates a fund transfer for farmers based on what is the backdrop here. Poll-bound Bihar. Elections are fast approaching, I guess. We have another snippet, not snippet, headline. Kerala court rejects a BJP leader's bail petition in hate speech case. Hate speech case, someone has been arrested, applied for bail, but the court has denied. Easy to understand. Talks with US on mineral deal in its final stage, Ukraine. Between Ukraine and the US, some talks regarding mineral deal. So it is in the final stage. In its final stage. Again, possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. You should recollect that rule. That's all from today's the front page of the Hindu paper. Let us go to today's editorial. And if you ask a question, what is the enrichment from the exam point of view? You will improve your comprehension skill, contextual awareness, effective vocabulary. You can consolidate your grammar knowledge, and you get a chance to work on mini mocks based on yesterday's editorial, today questions. In a way, you get an idea how to deal with questions in the exam, and also you can consolidate whatever you learned yesterday. Let us start with effective vocabulary. The very first word, impunity, an important word. Not too many words. See what happens here. Initially 10 words, then 7 words, then 5 words. I've been doing for quite some time. Now slowly the number comes down. The number of words, unknown words, comes down. That shows you're becoming good at English and slowly your standards are going up. You should be happy. Impunity, participation, noun, meaning freedom from punishment or consequences. Imagine there's a law, but you're exempted from the law. You're not punished. You don't come under within the ambit of the law. Then we use impunity. He has impunity. Example, corrupt officials often act with impunity. They have their own network. Based on that, corrupt officials often act with impunity. They escape punishment. Someone escapes punishment, what is the important idiom? Go scot-free. Do you remember this? Go scot-free. What is the meaning of go scot-free? Escape punishment. Naidu, very good. And you should also recollect one more, make someone a scapegoat. Make someone a scapegoat. What does it mean? Jayalakshmi, very good. Make someone a scapegoat means an innocent person, a person who has not committed crime, gets involved, someone tells him to surrender, admit, and then we say he has been made a scapegoat. In that process, what happens? Someone goes scot-free. Imagine some minister, some politician has committed some sort of crime, and he tells his assistant to own that crime. Then that assistant becomes a scapegoat, and that politician goes scot-free. He escapes punishment. Word forms, adjective, impunitive, rarely used, rare usage. Word combinations, act with impunity, legal impunity, enjoy impunity. Word combinations are important. They're useful when it comes to close test and fillers. Word usage often used in legal, obviously, political and human rights context. Quite often used in the legal context. Someone does not have that legality, liability. Then we use this impunity. Implies a lack of accountability. Synonyms, immunity, exemption, freedom. Exemption is appropriate word. Antonyms: accountability, liability, I've just used. Punishment. The second word we have got a few times, lethal. Lethal means what? Deadly. Part of speech adjective, meaning deadly or capable of causing death. Example: the snake's venom is highly lethal. Obviously. But not all snakes, let me tell you. You'll be surprised to know today in our country a lot of people die every year because of snake bites. But surprisingly, we have only 4 species which are venomous: cobra, crate, Russell's viper, pit viper. Other snakes are non venomous. Then you may ask, sir, why do they die? Because of the fear factor. A lot of people, when they see he or she sees a snake, they get scared to death. And when a snake, non-venomous snake bites, because of that fear factor, they die. Very unfortunate. It happens. It's a fact. Word forms: lethality, noun. Adverb: lethally, important. Word combinations: lethal dose, lethal weapon, lethal virus. All the 3 combinations are important. Word usage: used in medical, military, and criminal contexts, often describes things that cause death or serious harm. Lethal accident also we can think. Stage fright. Murli. Okay. Here, fear factor, perhaps based on that you could recollect. Very good. We should think of another combination. What is that combination? Lethal accident, lethal weapons. Synonyms: deadly, fatal, fatal accident, toxic, harmless, safe, non-lethal. Irrefutable. First, you have to know the meaning of the word refute, refutable. Refute takes the word charges. The minister has refuted the charges, means deny. Part of speech adjective, meaning impossible to deny or disprove. Refute means to deny, to challenge. Irrefutable, impossible to deny or challenge. Example: the lawyer presented irrefutable evidence in court. Means no one can challenge that. Word forms: noun, irrefutability, adverb, irrefutably. Word combinations: irrefutable proof, argument, logic. All combinations important. Cannot be questioned. Word usage, often used in legal, scientific, and debate contexts, suggests something is undeniable. Better word. Undeniable, indisputable, conclusive. Antonyms: questionable, doubtful, debatable. All are important words, exam point of view. Deterrent. Deterrent also an important word, though we have got a few times. Nuclear weapons act as deterrents. What does it mean? It can be a noun, it can be an adjective. Meaning, as a noun, something that discourages or prevents an action. Adjective: acting as a preventive measure. Nuclear weapons act as a deterrent, preventive measure. Example: strict laws serve as a deterrent to crime. Imagine a particular country has strict laws, and those stringent laws act as a deterrent to prevent crime. Word forms: verb deter, noun deterrence. Word combinations: crime deterrent, nuclear deterrent, act as a deterrent. Word usage: used in law enforcement, security, and military contexts. Synonyms: hindrance, obstacle, preventive measure. Antonyms: incentive, encouragement. Simple words. You should think of 3 words whenever you see this word and the remaining 2 words. First, you have to think of the word famous. Then you should think of the word popular. Then the third one used here, notorious. Do you guys remember? Famous means known to many people. And there are 2 dimensions. You are known to many people for a good reason. People like you. Then popular. You are known to many people for a bad reason. People hate you. Then notorious. Typical combinations with popular actor, popular cricketer, popular someone, and notorious smuggler, notorious gangster, notorious don, all negative words. Part of speech noun meaning the state of being famous or well known for something negative or undesirable. Famous but negative reasons, criminals. Example, the company gained notoriety for producing substandard medicines. Imagine some company makes substandard medicines. Obviously, it becomes a notorious company. It gets notoriety. Word forms adjective notorious. Generally, we use as an adjective. Notoriously, adverb. Word combinations gain notoriety, an important verb. Notorious criminal, notoriety in the media. Word usage, often used in legal, political, and media contexts, implies a negative reputation. Synonyms, infamy, important word, disrepute, dishonor, fame, renown, respect, we have got many a time. That's all about editorial vocabulary. Let us go to today's editorial. How does it start? Not business as usual. This is about a pharma company and the drugs manufactured by that company, impact of those drugs. It's all about that. Not business as usual, you cannot make out. What is the main idea? India's reputation for high quality generic drugs. High quality generic drugs, reputation for what? High quality generic drugs should not be put at risk. That is an important expression. When we say don't put it at risk, means don't take any chances. Be cautious, be alert. India has a reputation, good reputation, as Hyderabad is known as a drug capital of the country, bulk drug capital. And India is known for manufacturing generic drugs. Generic drugs means general, without any brand. They don't belong to no patent rights. Anyone can manufacture under any label generic drugs. India has good reputation, high quality generic drugs. And because one or two companies manufacture drugs which are not acceptable legally, then the reputation is at stake. That should not be allowed. That is the main idea. India's reputation for high quality generic drugs should not be put at risk. Should not be. Should, two functions. One, it is used to advise or suggest. In this context, this is the function. The other one, possibility chances are less. What is the stimulus to write this editorial? A bit surprising. When you go through certain editorials, you come across new information. While I was reading, I was taken aback. Taken aback means I was really surprised. We are exporting to the US, and in the US, some drugs made a negative impact. That is like an eye opener for me. The pharmacy of the global south is facing a crisis of reputation. The pharmacy of global south, not India, global south. The southern, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Stimulus means something that acts as a reason to write, event or incident that triggers the Hindu newspaper or any other newspaper write an editorial. That we say stimulus. The pharmacy of the global south, that is India. The pharmacy of the global south is facing a crisis of reputation. A reputation crisis, and crisis singular, crisis plural. You should recollect. Why? There's a statement. Why India is facing crisis, reputation crisis? To substantiate that, after cough syrups made by pharmaceutical companies based in India, which had unacceptable amounts of D-ethylene glycol and or ethylene glycol, killed 66 children in Gambia, 65 children in Uzbekistan in 2022, and 12 children in Cameroon in 2023. And India made, this is really, I was taken aback, and India made eye drops contaminated by drug-resistant bacteria killed 3 persons and blinded 8 in the US, where usually we export these drugs to African countries or Latin American countries. I was taken aback because they are exporting to the US, and in the US, What is the negative impact of these contaminated drugs? 3 persons got killed and blinded 8 in the US, again in 2023. The spotlight is back on Indian drug companies for all the wrong reasons. Because of these incidents, the spotlight, limelight, whenever the media talks about someone or something, everyone talks about someone or something, we use he is in the limelight, it is in the limelight, they are in the spotlight. The spotlight is back on Indian drug companies for all the wrong reasons. You are in the limelight for a good reason, be happy. You are in the limelight for a bad reason, then something to worry. For all the wrong reasons. And again, substantiating proof. A BBC eye investigation has brought to the light the criminal actions of Avio Pharmaceuticals. This is a company to be blamed, the culprit. A Maharashtra-based company which was manufacturing and exporting unapproved, highly addictive opioid drug combinations to West Africa. So this company is the main culprit. It has been exporting some drugs without any approval to West Africa. And what are those medicines it has been exporting? Or what is this opioid drug combinations? The medicines, means opioid drug combinations, contain tapentadol, a powerful opioid, and carisoprodol. Carisoprodol, a highly addictive muscle relaxant. Addictive, why is the word opium, it go poppy seeds? Why is it addictive? Some drugs, though they give relief, slowly what happens, a person can become, get addicted to those, and they are dangerous. Usually they don't have the permission. While the Indian drug regulator has approved tapentadol and carisoprodol as standalone drugs, these drugs have the approval as what? Standalone drugs. Means separately they can manufacture, they can export, but not the combination of these two. The combination has no clearance. The combination of these two, no clearance as such. But they've exported the combination, drug combination. That is a problem. Even if the companies claim that the drug combination has been approved, which tense is that present perfect passive voice, has been approved by the state drug authority, turns out to be correct. Company says we got the permission from the state drug authority. Imagine that turns out to be true, means it is really true. It is still illegal, not legal. Why? As only the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, CDSCO, can approve any novel fixed dose combination. FDC, drugs for safety and efficacy. Only one organization can approve the combination drugs. Which organization is that? CDSCO. Can approve any novel. Novel has many meanings. English novels, fiction, non-fiction. Here novel means new, something new, novel idea, novel product, new, exactly, Anand, very good. Efficacy means efficiency of the drugs. It is only after this approval that state drug authorities can issue a manufacturing license. First, the center, CDSCO, has to approve. Only after that, state government or state drug authorities can issue the manufacturing license. The health ministry routinely banning FDCs. FDCs means fixed dose combination. Regularly, the central organization bans. The health ministry routinely banning FDCs is only because the state drug authorities ignore this provision in the law with impunity. They don't consider this one. What is the law? What does the law say? State authorities cannot issue the license without the approval from CDSCO. That is important. But they do it because perhaps they have impunity. India questioned and denied the World Health Organization's report about the lethal cough syrup sent to Gambia. But in the latest case, CDSCO and the state regulatory authorities swung into action. Swing into action, here swung, swing, swang, swung. Swung into action means they acted immediately, even in the absence of any complaint by West African countries. Though no complaints, they acted immediately. What did they do? What is the reason behind? The reason, the BBC investigation's irrefutable video evidence that the company was in the business of manufacturing and exporting the dangerous combination drug despite knowing the harmful effects. This company knows the harmful effects of the combination drug. In spite of that, the company has been manufacturing and exporting, and the BBC has come up with video evidence. No one can refute. Once you have the video evidence, that is irrefutable evidence, no one can deny. The seizure of nearly 13 million medicines and 26 batches of active pharmaceutical ingredients of tapentadol and carisoprodol are clinching evidence for taking criminal action against the company. Now, these authorities can take criminal action against the company. What have they done? While the moves by the authorities to issue a stop activity order, first thing, withdraw the manufacturing license, second thing, and permission to export the drugs by any company, and a show cause notice, inspire some confidence. All these actions from the authorities, they inspire confidence. Only stringent punishment can serve as a deterrent. These are all mild. What is required here? Stringent punishment that becomes or acts as a deterrent. Indian pharmaceutical companies are known in the global south for their high quality generic drugs. India has good reputation in the global south. It is known as what? A country that manufactures high quality generic drugs. Now that reputation is at stake. It is for the drug regulator to ensure that India continues to be famous for this and not gain notoriety for producing and exporting deadly synthetic opioids. Natural opposite synthetic man made, and these are not acceptable as drugs. Manufacturing synthetic opioid drugs cannot be any pharmaceutical company's business. What is the business of a pharmaceutical company? Manufacture what is acceptable, what is legal. No pharmaceutical company can manufacture something that is illegal and export that. Manufacturing synthetic opioid drugs cannot be any pharmaceutical company's business. Means they should not do that. It ends on that note. Not a lengthy editorial, today short editorial. Try to answer the questions based on these questions related to comprehension skill. What was the main issue highlighted in the editorial regarding Indian pharmaceutical companies? Main issue: lack of government funding for drug research, export of contaminated and unapproved drugs, overpricing, no, shortage, no. So answer is B. Question number 2. Which country was affected by contaminated cough syrups from Indian pharmaceutical companies in 2022? C is the answer. Very good. It is Gambia. Not Nigeria, not Brazil, not Canada. Gambia. What combination of drugs was illegally manufactured and exported by Avio Pharmaceuticals, the main culprit? 2 drugs, standalone license is there, permission is there, but combination, no approval. What are those 2? Not this, not this, not this. Tapentadol and carisoprodol. These 2, combination not acceptable. Which organization has the authority to approve new fixed dose combination FDC drugs in India? Not at the state level, it is at the center. Indian Medical Association? No. State? No. Central Drug Standard Control Organization, CDSCO. Good. You guys got it right. What can be inferred about India's pharmaceutical regulatory framework from the editorial? It is highly effective in preventing drug-related scandals. It has loopholes that allow illegal drug manufacturing and exports. There are loopholes. That's the reason why Avio Pharmaceuticals could manufacture and export. They have some sort of impunity. How do they get the impunity? Based on the loopholes. Loopholes means gaps in law. Answer is B. What is the tone of the editorial? Good, you guys have been responding within no time. I appreciate that. Tone is a critical and cautionary, not positive, cannot be humorous, cannot be sarcastic, cannot be neutral and indifferent. Then what is the fun in writing? Critical and cautionary. We have good reputation, so we got to be a little careful. Now, questions based on exam topics. First one related to error location. I read the sentence carefully, try to spot the error. While the US may has its reasons to reassess its aid priorities, it is regrettable that India's major political parties are echoing these arguments without a nuanced understanding. Very good. Sanjay, first one, and also Nagajyoti, then I see Sunny, Murli. Here we have a model helping verb. There is an important rule. What is that rule? If you have to use a verb, that could be a helping verb, that could be an action or main verb. If you have to use a verb after a helping verb or after a model, the second verb that comes after the helping verb or the model should be in bare infinitive. Should be in which form? Bare infinitive. What is the helping verb here? Basic form, to have. Have, to have. Without to, it is called bare infinitive. Here we cannot use has, it should be have. And the question is about what? This you have to know. Bare What is bare infinitive? Any verb has 5 forms like your 5 fingers. First one, basic form or infinitive. Second, present form. Third, past form. Fourth, past participle. Fifth, present participle. And the first one, basic form or infinitive, 2 plus the verb. Without 2, it is known as bare infinitive. So many a time they have given questions based on bare infinitive. Question based on filler, branding political opponents as foreign agents may be an easy propaganda tactic, but the domestic political environment. When you label opposition leaders as what? Foreign agents, what is the impact of that on domestic political environment? We need a negative word, obviously. All these are positive words. What is the answer? It poisons the domestic political environment. Good, you guys got it right. Word usage. Choose a sentence in which the word tainted is used correctly. Taint, to damage, to spoil, image, reputation. The company was tainted to a great performance. Tainted, negative. Great performance, positive. Cannot be. His reputation was tainted after the corruption scandal. Yes, reputation was tainted because of what? Corruption scandal. She tainted the painting. Wrong combination. The book was tainted with great reviews. Negative, positive, wrong combination. What is the answer? B is the answer. Wonderful. Read the instructions carefully. Here, identify the incorrect usage of the word rhetoric. Previous one, correct usage. This one, incorrect usage. The politician's speech was full of empty rhetoric. Correct. The professor's rhetoric on physics fascinated. This is ridiculous. Because rhetoric goes with public speaking, politics. The campaign was filled with nationalistic rhetoric. His strong rhetoric helped him gain public support. All these are correct, but this is the answer. Incorrect is you have to choose that one. We have some important words we got yesterday. Here you have the words, here are the meanings. Insinuation, what does it mean? A subtle or indirect suggestion, usually a negative one. Nuanced means having slight but important differences. Cacophony, harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. Sabotage, deliberate destruction or disruption. BCAD, which option? BCAD. First option is the answer. Very good. Within no time, you could get it. Manisha. Good. Phrase meaning. What does a phrase political tug of war imply in the given context? We got this yesterday, tug of war. A friendly discussion? No. A fierce political battle where both sides try to overpower each other? Peaceful agreement? No. Literal fight? No. What is the answer? Yes. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Today's editorial, short editorial, not too many words, so I could finish. It took only 42 minutes. That's all. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.